And I've got to say, when we see patients taking Fortify Focus, I am seeing patients that have reduced subjective symptomology for many conditions, but mostly associated with the computers. I mean, let's face it, we're all living in a digital world these days, and we're all having an accommodative stress factor that's much higher than it was when I grew up. What I'm seeing in clinical practice, when patients take Fortify Focus, not only do they seem to have less dry eye symptomology, but they definitely have less eye fatigue. Neck hurts, vision fluctuates, eyes feel sandy, gritty, burn, tear, itch. A lot of these symptoms decrease dramatically and some resolve completely. Hey, I'm Dr. Michael Lange. We want to age as gracefully as possible, don't we? So is there enough evidence out there that proves that certain specific nutrients, ingredients, or supplements can enhance our skin, our joints, our hair, our nails? And there's a lot of great science that's come out recently with marine collagen tripeptides, rice ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and there's a new supplement called Dermaval. Well, we've taken all four of those and we've combined it in a supplement called Rejuvenate. 3 delicious flavors, chocolate, cherry vanilla, pink lemonade, and then we have it unflavored for those of you that want to just put it in your coffee in the morning. It's worth a try. I endorse it, obviously, 100%. If you don't like it, we'll give you money back. It's as simple as that. So check it out at Fortify.com. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, board-certified optometric physician, certified nutritional specialist, and the founder of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. I, along with the Fortify performance team, developed something called Fortify Fit Pro. It can improve muscle synthesis, strength, and endurance. All three, a triple whammy, right? I gotta tell you, folks, it works. It is evidence-based on the
Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael P. Lange, P for Paul. If you've got a question regarding your vision or eye care, now's the time to pick up the phones. And it's actually Ask the Doctors. It's myself, along with my very welcome co-host for many moons now. That's Dr. Susan Summerton, who is also a board-certified optometric physician, a certified nutritional specialist, fellowship trained, and a diplomat in the nutritional arena. So more initials after her name than anybody. And she is at the Lange Eye Institute. She can be seen in the villages at the Lange Eye Institute, and she's a advisory board member and kind of an adjunct faculty member of Fortify Vitamins. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. Happy to be here in the studio today. And hello to all our listeners and callers today. We're happy to answer any of the questions you may have, and we look forward to hearing from you.
And you brought your buddy today. It's like bring your buddy to Ask the Doctor Day, isn't it?
It was.
Misty?
I'm very happy to have Misty here. She's over here.
Do a shout out, Misty.
Hello. Good morning.
So Misty came down from the Panhandle to see how we live down here in this neck of the woods.
She happened to do her senior class trip here in Clearwater, so it's memory lane for her.
Memories.
Yeah, it was only a few years ago. Yeah, it wasn't that long.
All right. So if you're new to the program, there's some new radio stations now. First of all, we are coast to coast on the Ask the Doctor radio network. So we're on a variety of radio stations throughout the country. We're also live video streaming all over the world. We're on a multitude of podcast channels and, of course, live on most social medias as well. So what is Ask the Doctor all about? So we talk about nutrition. We talk about eye care. We talk about the latest advancements in eye care and nutritional intervention for total body wellness. So, us being eye care providers, the eye is the window to the body. So, we can oftentimes see the first signs of not only eye diseases, but the first signs of systemic health problems through an eye exam, can't we, Dr. Summerton?
We can, because it really is that window. And we come in, we encourage that dilated eye exam so that we can open up the pupil, which becomes like a window in. And we can see clearly going into the retina, that's the receiver, and even the optic nerve. That's a cranial nerve that's attached to your brain. And we get to see that, and we get to see the endings of the blood vessels that come from your brain. And with technology these days, we're really learning a lot about what just small changes in the retina can predict for your future health.
Right. So if you haven't seen your optometrist, optometric physician, or ophthalmologist recently, it's probably time to set up an appointment and make that evaluation. Or certainly come to the villages, to the Lange Eye Institute in the villages. And soon, probably in January or shortly thereafter, we'll have the Lange Eye Institute in Ocala, Florida. We have purchased the old Coca-Cola bottling plant built back in 1937, and we're converting it into the Lange Eye Institute. We're also going to have an OBS, that's office-based surgery center upstairs. So it'll be kind of one-stop shopping at the Lange Eye Institute of Ocala. So the phone number for the Lange Eye Institute in Ocala is 352, for the villages, because we're not open in Ocala yet. Same phone number, 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. You can also go to the website that talks about all of this, and that's simply drmichaellang.com. No period after that, drmichaellang.com or langeyecare.com. And now the phone lines are open. We're going to take any calls. Remember, no matter how simple or complicated your question is, we'll try to answer it to the best of our ability. As long as it's an eye care related question or a nutrition related topic, give us a holler. 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. We do want to welcome an Orlando Mega Talk radio station through Salem Media, and that's where we're broadcasting from in Tampa Bay, Salem Media, and that's AM 950 The Answer and FM 94.9 The Answer in Orlando, Florida. So maybe we'll have the first call of the morning from Orlando. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. Also, I'm the founder and lead investigator for Fortify Vitamins, and our motto is right science, right ingredients, right for you. When we develop a supplement, we incorporate the very latest in evidence-based science. We source all of our ingredients from the best places on the planet. We don't use anything from China. I repeat, we don't use anything from China, and not many companies can say that. Most companies out there today are using a proprietary blend, and it's all coming out of China. It's because it's very inexpensive to do that. I just don't trust things coming out of there right now at this time of our history. So it's my prerogative. All right. Dr. Summerton, we talk a lot about people losing weight. Weight loss is one of the best things anybody can do as a single preventative approach is getting down to their ideal body weight. And so we talk about eating enough protein because most people aren't eating enough protein, and eating carbohydrates, believe it or not, but the right carbohydrates from fruits and vegetables. There's so many people out there on these diets, like the carnivore diet or the ketogenic diet. They're always in ketosis and they're not eating any carbs at all. And I always say, and we always say, do you want to thrive or just survive?
Right. And our bodies can handle that extra stress short term, but long term, we really need to see the traditional balanced diet, the whole healthy foods, the real foods, not processed foods, and real vegetables, real fruit that has those healthy carbohydrates in it, along with the fiber. A lot of Americans are deficient in fiber, so we need those real whole foods to get that in our diet.
Right. And we have direct evidence now that if you're in ketosis frequently, and if you're fasting for long periods of time, you lose muscle and you go bald. So now you're a skinny, bald person walking down the beach. And I don't think women don't want to be skinny and bald. I mean, you could be fat and have a lot of hair, I mean, think of that. Meatloaf, remember him? So he was great. He had some great music. So everything really in moderation, but eat your fruits and vegetables. Most of us are not getting enough fruits and vegetables and getting enough protein. And we always say, if you're really working out a lot and you want to really thrive, you got to eat 1 gram per body weight per pound of body weight. So weigh 200 pounds, you got 200 grams of protein, but not all at one time. Divide it 4 times to the day, but at least 80% of your body weight in grams of protein. But what about the fruits and vegetables? So there's some studies that came out recently that showing at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables is going to be beneficial. But when you went upward of 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, the benefit was compounded and you did much better. Less disease and you lived longer. So eat more organic fruits and vegetables. And sometimes that's very difficult when you think about it. And it's got to be organic, especially the dirty dozen. So what did we create years and years and years ago? Something called Fortify Organic Blue Green Superfood. Now, folks, there's a lot of superfoods on the market, a lot of greens formulas on the market. Most of them aren't certified 100% organic, and most of them are coming out of countries that you probably don't want them coming out of. So we've taken the best of all of these fruits and vegetables, and we've combined enzymes and probiotics and even beta glucans, something called beta via and peak O2. That's an adaptogenic mushroom blend. And we've taken peppermint leaf and cinnamon and spirulina and wheatgrass, barley grass, blueberries, strawberries, pineapple, kale, broccoli. And this is FODMAP free. That means if you have IBS, you can take it. And it's gluten free. It's paleo also for those of you that are on the paleo diet. Very, very minimal sugar, naturally sweetened, and it tastes good. So you take a scoop of this, it's giving you, your servings of fruits and vegetables, but also the things that build your immunity. And you take 1 scoop of this, and at least you're getting your servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So helping with longevity and anti-aging. So it's Christmas in July right now, and we're going to talk more about that in a few minutes. We always offer some specific deals around July. And so we have a bundle pack right now in this superfood. It makes it really a good price. You get 3 of the organic blue-green superfoods for $84. That's 3 of them. I mean, most of these, you go to Whole Foods, you pay almost $84 for one. So that's at the fortify.com. Go to fortify.com, Fortifeye, fortify.com. Go to the bundle section, and you'll see the superfood bundle where you get 3 for $84. You can't beat that. That's a better deal than we usually do at our fall festival in November. By the way, we will be having an annual fall festival at the Lange Eye Institute in November. So check it out, the 3 bundle package. It tastes good. A lot of these greens formulas taste very earthy and very grainy, don't they?
They do, and we do need our greens. Greens is what we talk about all the time in an eye exam. Eat your green leafy vegetables. And I just want to circle back. You talked about the dirty dozen. We haven't talked about it in a while. And in case you don't know, that's that list that comes out every year from the Environmental Working Group, from data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And that guides you to the top 12 that's the most important to get organic. And pretty much our leafy greens we talk about are on there every single year. And so we want that good quality greens because it has that lutein and zeaxanthin in it that's so good for your eyes and your brain. And so I looked it up real quick, remembering what the 2026 was, and spinach, kale, collard, mustard greens, they are right at the very top. And that means 96% of those samples tested had detectable pesticides to it. And then also they have the PFAS, which is those forever chemicals on it too. So when we're doing these products, we're making sure they don't have that contaminants in it too.
Exactly. And remember, spinach is also very high in oxalates. So those of you out there that have had, there's 3 foods you want to avoid: spinach, beets, and almonds, because the oxalate value is so high. Now, if you have to eat those, pair it with something that's high in calcium like cheese, goat cheese, manchego cheese, and then it binds to the oxalate so you poop it out instead of it going through your urinary tract. But you can substitute organic baby leaf kale. And so when we made the organic blue-green superfood, we wanted to have very minimal amounts of things like oxalates and lectins and phytic acid and FODMAPs and gluten. So we created one of the first organic blue-green superfoods that's FODMAP free. Like I said, compatible for people that have IBS. And we're really heavy in the green parts of the fruit, the vegetables, because of the lutein content that is very good for your retina and your brain. And so since we're eye doctors, we want to, give you foods that are going to help nutrify the eye. So check it out. It is the beginning of the Christmas July bundle special, and it's the superfood bundle. It's only $84. And let's go to the phones. I think Taylor from Fortify Vitamins is the first caller. Taylor, good morning and welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Mike. And I'm glad you were mentioning Christmas in July, because I got a little more to add to that for our Fortify fans. So, who says Santa only works in December, right? So this year he's trading in his sleigh for flip-flops. So Christmas in July on the Fortify site is now live today through July 31st. So we're wrapping up huge savings, exclusive bundles, and special surprises for our Fortify family. So grab your sunglasses, throw on a Santa hat, and get ready for our biggest mid-year sale. Christmas comes early this year, only at Fortify. And it might be really good to maybe quickly walk through some of these bundles that we have.
Yeah, that would be great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, let's do that. So the first one we have is our Christmas athlete stack. So that stack is our superfood, like Dr. Mike was just covering, our New Zealand grass-fed super protein whey protein concentrate. Then we have our creatine, MyHMB plus vitamin D. Secondly, we have our healthy aging Christmas bundle. And this product's going to be a super omega-3 max combined with our whey super protein, and then our rejuvenate marine tripeptide collagen, normally $125 down to $108. Next, we have the holiday slim down bundle. This features our all new fit meal with grass-fed whey, and then our fit bites, only about a week old in our portfolio. So this is really, really exciting for us. Normally $109.98 together, down all the way to $87.98 for the Christmas in July sale. Next is the Live Long Christmas bundle. And this is our fourth and final bundle, but definitely not the least. We have the Super Omega-3 Max Fish Oil, the Blue Green Superfood combined with the Fortify Focus Blue Light Defense. Normally $108. Now it's going for the $86.40.
Very good.
And really, we wanted to during creating this deal, we wanted to create a really nice doorbuster, something that would get folks excited about the Christmas in July sale. So if you spend $100, you get 10% off. So again, that's $100. Get 10% off. Spend $175, save 15%. And if you spend $250, you get 20% off, in addition to a free meal prep kit. So really, really good deals going on with several different varieties of bundles, in addition to all the site-wide savings we have going forward today all the way through July 31st.
Outstanding. And what people don't realize, the prices have gone up, Taylor, dramatically. The tariffs have really put a dent on profits on these. The tariffs are all over the world now. And our prices have gone up significantly. But Fortify Vitamins, we have not raised our prices. Everybody else has raised our prices. And now Christmas in July, we're giving you these percents off on top of that. So we're trying to help everybody out in these times. And ultimately, I think all is going to be smooth coming down the pike, and the prices are going to come back down. So it's silly for us to raise the prices right now when we'd have to bring them back down. So that's one of the reasons we brought Taylor on. Taylor's been in the industry forever, and Taylor's helping us out through these crazy times, right? And Taylor, we
Yeah.
still have some issues with whey protein, don't we? I mean, whey protein's gone up where it's almost going to not be affordable for people, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't really matter where we're looking for sourcing globally. The impact that whey protein has had on the market, and with the increase in popularity from multinationals using the product. So think of big companies that you'll see, big box store style restaurants that are now using protein in just about everything. And I'm sure as you walk through big box stores like Sam's Club, like Costco, you're seeing this giant emphasis on protein. And so that is really driving up the demand, which then in turn drives up the price. But we've worked diligently with our suppliers and our manufacturers to do our best to keep prices consistent, to keep prices competitive, especially in a time where inflation is on the rise and the focus on cost is at a premium.
Right. So I'm going to plant this seed for our listeners out there. We're still going to continue to have whey protein. And I mentioned this to Dr. Summerton this morning when we were having a high protein breakfast. So we are looking at grass-fed beef protein powder as an alternative because, quite frankly, everybody doesn't like whey. A lot of people are dairy sensitive, and for whatever reason, they're not going to touch, cow's milk and any derivative from that. So adding to our portfolio, we have one of the best vegan proteins on the market. We had the best whey protein, and now we're going to have a grass-fed beef protein that we're investigating right now, and we're tasting, we're sampling. We want to source it from the best places. We're checking the COAs. So that's pretty exciting to have this in the works, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as you mentioned, the importance on the testing and making sure we look at the COA, the certificate of analysis, and saying, hey, this is the product that we feel comfortable moving. And we don't take this lightly. And this doesn't go without multiple rounds of investigation and making sure that we have the best product for our Fortify family. And that is something we're really excited about and adding to the line. And like you said, best vegan protein on the market, best whey protein on the market, and soon to be the best beef protein on the market as well.
There you go. Amen. Right ingredients, right science, right for you. Taylor, Managing Director of Fortifeye Vitamins, thanks for the call, my friend.
Thanks, Dr. Mike. Thanks, Fortify.
All right. Bye-bye.
I was looking here that the sales of the protein going from 2022 for whey protein specifically have gone up 59%. And 1 in 3 report increasing their intake over the past year. So this kind of protein maxing lifestyle is really affecting the market of this whey protein, especially. And it's saying wholesale prices have actually spiked up 250%.
Well, this is one thing that Kennedy has done with the administration. He's changed the pyramid around, and protein is so important. Think about it. When we quiz our patients, and I've done this many times, say, Miss Smith, Mr. Johnson, what'd you have for breakfast? Half of them say, no breakfast, had a cup of coffee, or had a cup of coffee and a bagel, cup of coffee and a piece of toast, cup of coffee and some cereal, some orange juice and a sweet roll. So sugar, 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 and no protein. So this morning I had the gals over early this morning before the show, and we prepared some organic eggs, egg omelet, and we had some goat cheese with it. We had some broccoli, mushrooms, and we had some pomegranates that we ate separately, and some water, and a little bit of banana for those of us to get some potassium. So high protein. We did have some carbs, but not super high carbs. We didn't have the toast. We didn't have the, the bagel. We didn't have the hash browns. And there's nothing wrong with that. But remember, the best time to eat carbohydrates, let's say you absolutely have to have that Rocky Road ice cream, or you really want that pasta or the potatoes or the rice. The best time is after working out. So if you work out at, 5 o'clock in the evening, yeah, your supper is going to be okay because you're replenishing muscle glycogen. And once again, it's all about if you want to thrive versus just surviving. A lot of you are going into the gym and just eating a carnivore diet. You're not going to maximize your results. You're not going to recover. You're not going to get the good pump from having specific carbs. But once again, good carbs. And you can go to the website at langeeyecare.com or drmichaellang.com or fortify.com. At the top of the page, you'll see a section, the Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. and print it out or read it, share it with others. It talks about a diet, the Lange survival diet. It talks about, what foods not to pair together, what foods block the absorption of others. And it talks about things like sleep and hydration and working out, and gives you a lot of tidbits of information and specific hacks to help keep you above ground a lot longer and keep you healthier. All right, phone lines are open. If you got a question, give us a call. It's Dr. Susan Summerton and myself, Dr. Michael Lange, 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Dr. Summerton, we see a lot of patients at the Lange Eye Institute, and we've been in this business quite a while now. But it still feels like we're just getting started. We learn something new every year, and we try to incorporate it into the eye care industry and to the Lange Eye Institute. But I would say the number one issue that we see on patients is dry eye. I mean, everybody has dry eye sooner or later. I don't care how old you are. I mean, young people have it. And of course, the older you get, the drier you get. This is
Right.
becoming, is it a pandemic, or do we just have better technology to detect it?
I think it's lifestyle is a big part of it. We have young people with dry eye now because of the computer use all day. When you're on the computer, our eyes aren't used to that. They're not made for staring at that blue light. But we also know at the computer, your blink rate slows down. So simply because you're not blinking enough, your eyes are going to get dry. That tear film is going to evaporate. What helps prevent that tear film evaporating is the oils. We always talk about fish oil, omega-3, essential fatty acid, black currant seed oil, because our eye glands contain this meibomian gland, this meibomian fluid that needs that oil. And every time you blink, you need a little bit in there. We used to, remember old school, we used to just think, oh, we need more saline, more water to it. But now we know it's a lot more of the oil. So it's not so much dry eye. It's what's causing that ocular surface disease that we refer to now. And a lot of reason is you're not getting enough oil. So we have these new procedures coming out and utilizing. We use the IPL that helps those glands. We use a brand new one. Can we talk about it now? Is it a good time?
I think so.
Our
Yeah.
tier care, where it's a new instrument that Dr. Lang, you already kind of mentioned on the way here to the show, it is covered by Medicare. So we're really excited that we have something your insurance can help you with. And it's a special heating device. The strips go along the lid. It's very comfortable. Your eyes actually can blink and stay open during about that 20-minute procedure. And we heat up the glands to 44 degrees Celsius. And then after that, the doctors, we go in and we actually express that trapped debris that's in those glands so that it can naturally release. So we encourage it by getting the good diet, getting the good oils, and then we help you out by getting those glands functioning better.
Yep. And it's called Tear Care. And remember, she mentioned this is the big caveat. It's covered by Medicare. Now, it's not covered by Medicare replacement plans yet. So if you have Medicare and a supplemental insurance to Medicare, it is covered, but they're working. They spend a lot of money. I mean, millions and millions of dollars are getting the code approved for Medicare. So hopefully sometime this year, early next year, it'll be covered by all insurances. But right now, if you have regular Medicare and a supplemental insurance, you can go into your provider, certainly come to the Lange Eye Institute, because a lot of doctors don't have this technology yet. It's called Tear Care, and it's an advanced FDA-cleared in-office treatment. And it, like Dr. Sumner said, it gently applies heat directly to the eyelids, and you can blink freely during it. It's a 15-minute procedure. After we heat that up, then the doctor comes in and it just expresses the glands. It's painless. But it opens those glands, those meibomian glands, and you get something called meibomian gland dysfunction. And that's where these glands just have solidified garbage inside these glands, and you're not secreting that crucial outer lipid layer of tear film, and your eyes become sandy, gritty, burn, tear, itch, fluctuation of vision, all the symptoms from dry eye syndrome. And so this is, like I said, FDA approved to open those meibomian glands, and there's no out-of-pocket expense if indeed you do have Medicare and a supplemental insurance. Now, let's say we've tried this, all right? So we try something that's covered, no out-of-pocket expense, and it works a little bit, but those glands are still really impacted, and it's almost like concrete in there, and you still have symptoms, and it just didn't work to the fullest extent. we do have, like I said, the only FDA approved IPL, right? Luminous OptiLight.
Luminous IPL, that's right. Intense pulse light. And that is the procedure. You hear of intense pulse light, IPL, a lot of cosmetic treatments are doing that to revive the skin, make your skin look better, get rid of pigment. But we're using it along the eyelids, protecting your eyes. There's a lot of concern. I see a lot of these devices on the market, and I'll see these videos of people using the IPL and they have no protective eye coverage. We're very concerned about that. We do it safely. We want to make sure we're not putting you at any risk when we do these procedures, and we have special shields for your eyes. And it takes about 4 treatments, and it really enhances those meibomian glands.
Significantly. Folks, I've
Mhm.
had patients that have been seeing me for, 20 years and have had really bad dry eyes, and we've tried everything. We've tried the supplements, the omega-3, the black currant seed oil. We've tried the heating masks, okay? The lid scrubs, manual expression. And they've done things like amniotic membranes and punctal plugs and, biological eye drops and prescription eye drops. And they still have eyes that feel sandy, gritty, burn, tear,
Mhm.
itch, fluctuation in vision. Some to a point where it's really miserable. And then it starts to affect their quality of life. Psychologically, it becomes a big problem. And it wasn't until the IPL came out. And, we did IPL on people, geez, 15, 20 years ago in an oculoplastics department. But it wasn't until Luminous developed the OptiLight, which is tailored and custom made for the meibomian glands, that we really started getting some amazing relief. So a lot of these patients that I thought were, had no hope, we're doing the IPL on them and they're doing quite well. I have many patients that have, broke down and cried because for the first time in years, they're not having miserable pain in their eye and they're seeing better. Because remember, if the cornea is very dry, it dehydrates, the optics become very poor, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's probably the number one complaint is that fluctuation in vision. People don't realize it is from that tear film not being smooth. And the optics are so every tiny little bit it's off, you're going to be blurry. We think about when we do LASIK surgery and that changes the shape of the cornea by less than a width of a hair. You can adjust your vision dramatically. So if your tear film is off by less than a width of a hair, you're going to have these big changes in your vision. We want a smooth tear film. You blink, but 15,000 times a day to smooth out that tear film. We need that oil so those lids can glide nicely along the lid on the eye.
Right. So we're talking about dry eye with two dry eye experts, Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Susan Summerton. And we hail from the Lange Eye Institute, which is a dry eye center of excellence. And we call it a dry eye center of excellence because we have all the bells and the whistles to help diagnose and treat your dry eye. We have meibomianography that looks at the clogged, and we can actually show you if the glands are clogged or if they're actually dying off. And so we have not only supplements that we've actually done the research and we've developed through Fortify Vitamins. We have the biological eye drops called Regenerize. We have the IPL, we have the Opti Lift, which also further enhances dry treatments. Further to have a non-invasive, non-surgical your lids, which is pretty. And of course, now we have the tear care device as well that's covered by Medicare and many other modalities to help dry eye. So come by the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, and see if you're a candidate. We're going to open up the phone lines and we're getting ready to take the next call. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8000. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. All right, let's go to Kathleen in Seminole. Kathleen, welcome to the program.
Hi, dear. I've worked for a company called Espo Company. So in 2024, I didn't have an eye exam, and something happened, and someone I tried to save a person, and because they were falling. Well, they ended up falling with their elbow in my left eye.
Ooh.
August of last year. I had a very bad black eye. Well, the eye healed up, and I went to I didn't have insurance. I lost my job. I don't want to get into it very much right now, but I went to another eye doctor. They gave me a prescription for new eyeglasses, but my eye, I think my left eye, it's pressure constantly in it. I constantly feel like it's tearing.
Right.
It's tearing up, and I think it might. I don't know. I don't want to go blind. In my left side, when I world or whatever it was, they did a prescription, and I thought, well, if they saw anything that was like damaging, they would let me know. But I really do need to see a good doctor, and I think I need an appointment. I think maybe, I don't know what the pressure is that I feel, but my eye feels like it's smaller on that side. And
Right. Well, Kathleen,
yes,
you know, anytime you have trauma to the eye, I mean, you know, usually you heal pretty well, okay? But, you know, sometimes there may be something related to the trauma or just related to, you know, having a few more birthdays. We're all aging, right? So you could have something as simple as dry eye, and we need to treat the dry eye sometimes just with lubricants.
no, it's not dry eye, dear. It's a severe damage to the eye.
Well, somebody needs to take a look. Whether it's us, would be happy to see you in the villages, and we will leave no stone unturned.
But I don't live in the villages.
I know. So where do you live?
In like Madeira Beach, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, Tampa, Florida.
Yeah. So I live
somewhere around there.
Yeah, I live here. I live in Safety Harbor, and I drive to work every day in the villages. So it's an hour and 20 minutes for me. So, or,
well,
you know,
I can't go all the way to the villages.
You can find a local doctor. There's a lot of great doctors in the St. Pete area, and go get a second opinion. Okay.
Yes, I work at Sleep Number in St. Petersburg. I had to shut the alarm off. I'm at work. But I really wanted to call because this is really important to me.
Yeah, I would.
Like my eyes are the only thing you can replace. You can replace a knee.
Right.
You can replace something like this, but your eyes are so important. You can't replace an eye.
No, I agree. Your vision is the most precious of your senses, and we got to take care of it.
Oh my God, as well as our sleep. That's why I work at Sleep Number. But dear, okay, where should I go?
Well, I would just get a second opinion. There's plenty of great doctors in the St. Pete area.
Are there?
Yeah, and get a second opinion. Then after you have that second opinion, maybe in a week or two, just call us back and let us know how you're doing, okay?
Okay, well, maybe I can make a trip to the villages. I'll call.
That would be outstanding, and either one of us would be more than happy to see you.
Yes, and we'll make it a trip. I've never been there.
There you go.
I think I'll do that. Are you Monday? Maybe Monday, maybe they have an emergency appointment for me.
We will always work you in. So if you call the office at the Lange Eye Institute in the villages, you can say you talked to Dr. Lang, and we will work you in. That's not a problem, okay?
And then I just tell them I have the sunrest from like United. See what, like, if they're, do you accept insurance?
We do take insurance, and we take most insurances, and we still even take cash. All right.
Well, I don't have any cash here.
I think it's just important to figure out what is causing the pain. There obviously is pressure in the eye that's easily measured. And the pressure sometimes can be from behind your eye in your sinus cavity, whether the injury was so forceful that it affected your sinus cavity too. So it may be related to behind your eye and not going to affect your eye. So it's good to get that full dilated exam and check the optic nerve, make sure there's no swelling there. Is the vision good, or is it just you can't see?
No, I can't. I just know it's not right. I can still see. It's just I know I can't see right, and it feels like I need to open my eye really wide, but there's pressure, so I close it.
Well, it sounds promising. If you do have vision there now, that there can be something that will help with, especially that pain over time.
And that's why I thought, like, why wouldn't Eyeglass World do, like, they take a picture of the back of the eye? Why wouldn't they tell me if there's something going on? But there is something going on. I need a better doctor.
Well, we're happy to see you. Kathleen, we look forward to seeing you in the very near future, okay? And we got to go take some more
Thank
calls.
you. Yes, thank you. I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
She mentioned Essilor Luxottica. That's a big industry in eye care where she had worked. And coming up, that reminds me, it's distracting from the topic that we had, but we're talking about taking on a new myopia control lens by that company to help children stop their myopia from getting worse by 70%.
Oh, think about that. You can invest in a pair of glasses. It used to be only contact lenses, but a pair of glasses that could decrease the progression of your child's vision getting worse.
Which myopia does increase your chance of many retina eye diseases. So it's not just reducing the prescription, it's helping. Later on, if you have nearsightedness, myopia, you get an eye injury like our last caller, you're more at risk for retina tears, detachments based on your prescription. So if we can slow that down when they're children, we can help them out in the future.
Right. So Lange Eye Institute, cutting edge. Come see us. The phone number for the Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014, or go to langeeyecare.com or drmichaellang.com. All right, let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Rachel in Tampa. Morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
What can we do for you?
Oh, well, I would like help finding out about a medicine that I was given for my eyes that's called Timolol. My eyes are pretty bad, yes, but this was given to me about 6 or 7 years ago, and my eyes, I haven't gotten worse, and I'm supposed to be a person that has glaucoma and degeneration, but my eyes haven't gotten worse. And I'm wondering about this Timolol. Do you know anything about it?
Yes, ma'am. So Timolol, we've been prescribing Timolol for, ever since I was a student in school. So, for over 30 years now. Timolol is a topical eye drop that's a beta blocker that lowers intraocular pressure with very minimal side effects in most people. There are some contraindications. If you have a very low heart rate, if you have any breathing difficulty, then you probably don't want to be on Timolol. But it is a drug that treats glaucoma. And remember, if you follow your doctor's instructions and take your drops per their instructions, if you have glaucoma, then hopefully, the good Lord willing, it doesn't get worse. Now, the whole issue is compliance, because there's a lot of patients that we see on a daily basis that just don't do what we say, and they progressively get worse. But Timolol is a very safe, a good drug. It's withheld the test of time. And if you don't have any symptoms, if you're not overly tired, then I would just continue doing what your doctor's got you on.
I'm not even going to a doctor right now. I'll be right to tell you the truth. I've been doing this kind of on my own, and that Timolol to me is like a lifesaver because of the cost also,
right,
which is minimum.
Right.
And
very
and I can't
inexpensive.
believe it. I feel we're on the air. No.
Yes, we are live on the air. So you
We
got
are-
millions
we
of
are
listeners
live,
hearing you
yeah.
right now. So Rachel, you need to see your doctor, because somebody has to give you a refill for that prescription. And so doctor needs to be looking at your optic nerve and checking your pressure periodically. So if you haven't seen that doctor in the last 6 months, it's probably time to get in for a quick checkup. Okay.
It's more than that.
And your
But thank you for
Timolol
being so
is to lower the eye pressure for your glaucoma. If you have too much pressure in your eye, it's going to damage the nerve that sends the signal to the brain, and you can lose that side vision. So you want to make sure you're taking the Timolol as a preventative to prevent you from losing that peripheral vision. Unfortunately, you're not going to notice it make your vision better, but it's to prevent it getting worse. And sometimes Timolol comes in a gel, and that gel might blur your vision a little bit. And unfortunately, we know it's a side effect of most drops the glaucoma drops with preservatives, it does end up causing some dry eyes. So we talked about the dryness.
Yes,
The dryness can cause
I
a little
have dry
blurriness
eye.
too.
All right,
Yeah.
Rachel.
I thank you so much for your program because it's very important to me, and I've been doing a lot of wrong things. I just want to say how grateful I am to the doctor that prescribed the Timolol,
Right.
about 7 years ago. Thank you for being so polite and generous with your time. God bless you all for the work that you're doing.
Well, thanks for the call, Rachel.
Thank
And you have a great Saturday and happy weekend.
And I have the right number, right, for the institute.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you give it
352
to me?
352
Please.
753 4014.
Wait a minute. 352 753
Right. 4014.
and 4014. Is that too many numbers that I wrote down? 352 753 4014.
You got it.
God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Take care.
bless you.
Bye-bye. All right, we got some great callers. And I've got somebody who's asking on my personal Instagram, Dr. Lange, how much protein would you and Dr. Summerton recommend that I take? I'm 210 pounds. I'm in the gym every day for 3 hours. Also, please put all the fit products in a discounted bundle. All right. So I'm going to talk about, you're talking about the protein, but let me tell you, we do have, and we just did it, I think 2 days ago. We have the Ultimate Fit Bundle. This is Gary. The Ultimate Fit Bundle is on Fortify.com, and we've taken Fortify Fit Pro. That's your pre-workout, post-workout. We've taken Fortify Fit Meal. That's your complete meal replacement. And the new Fortify Fit Bites, which curb your appetite, acting like a GLP-1 receptor drug without it being a drug. So curbing your appetite. And we put them all together. So that's the Ultimate Fit Bundle. Check it out. What about the protein situation, Dr. Summerton?
So that's, again, they must have been listening early. We talking about how much protein requirement has gone up and how important it is. But technically, it's about 0.8 grams per kilogram, of body weight. So a 200-pound, you're gonna need closer to like 150. I think that comes out to about with grams of protein. And something we talked about, Misty brought it up this morning. When you're taking creatine, your creatinine levels can go up. When you increase your protein intake and you go back to your doctor and he texts your BUN levels, your blood urea nitrogen levels, you may notice that climb a little bit from your last value. But that's normal when you increase that protein in your diet. It's not saying anything's wrong. It's just you're metabolizing that protein more. Going back to the creatine, same for raising your creatinine levels on your blood work. It's not that it's damaging your kidneys. It's just you're metabolizing it. And that's the waste product that we expect to see go up on your lab work. So just important to tell your doctor if you add creatine to your diet and if you're increasing your protein to your diet.
Right. And we were just at the International Society of Sports Nutrition a month or so ago down in South Florida. And the hottest topic was creatine. And they were talking about how if your creatine levels are elevated, you're less likely to have renal problems, less likely. And that's really new science. So creatine is actually good for you, minimum of 5 grams a day. We, of course, like CreaPure creatine. It's German creatine. So we use CreaPure creatine and the Fortify creatine, MyHMB, and vitamin D. And we combine those three because there's many studies that have come out showing that MyHMB or just HMB, creatine, and vitamin D work synergistically together at helping to build muscle, strength, endurance, and also great for your brain health as well.
Great.
For cognitive ability. So check it out on the Fortify.com website, and that's Fortify CreaPure creatine, MyHMB, and vitamin D. Remember, if it doesn't say CreaPure or CreaVitalis, those are the two made in Germany, it's coming out of China. All right. We're getting ready to take the next call in just a second. You can check everything out on the website, fortify.com, fortify.com. And I'm going to give you the phone number twice now if you want to get the special, the Christmas in July specials. We have the operators answering the phones this morning from Fortify, and even Taylor is there. If you want to talk to our managing director, you call 866-503-9746. Get a pen and paper. I'm giving you this number. Fortify Vitamins is answering the phones for all the specials that we have going on for this week. So it's 866-503-9746, or go to fortify.com. That's Fortifeye, fortify.com. We got time for one more call, and we got to talk very fast. So, Steve, good morning, Steve. Thanks for calling. Boy, you're late in the game today.
Well, I thought I won't forget that. Anyway, the lady was calling about the Timolol. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Right, Timolol.
Yeah. That is, it ends in the letters OL, is that correct?
Right.
Okay, that would indicate that it's probably a good antioxidant. A lot of the beta blockers are secondary and primary alcohols, which are part of the reason they make heart recovery better. So she might be protecting some part of her eye structure in a way that helps prevent more degeneration. Besides, it's a beta blocker effect. It might be an antioxidant effect.
Maybe it has some neuroprotective properties. That's right, Steve.
I think so.
And I hate to tell you, but we got to cut you short because we got to go. The music's on. We got to get off the air. So we'll look forward to talking to you again another time.
Okay, super.
All right, Steve. Take care, my friend.
He is right. It does protect those trabeculous cells from oxidative damage, too. That is an added benefit.
Right.
Thank you for bringing that up, Steve.
Steve the genius. All right. So remember, if you're not happy with the eye care that you're getting, get a second opinion. We're certainly available at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. And remember, Lange Eye Institute in Ocala is coming soon. If you want to check out any of the supplements, go to fortify.com. And you can always go to our YouTube channel to watch this video a couple hours from now. And that's Ocular Health, Dr. Michael Lange. Ocular Health, Dr. Michael Lange. Tell everybody goodbye. We got 2 seconds.
Everyone have a wonderful day. We're going to go enjoy our steps on the beach with some vitamin D.
See ya.